It's
What's
got
going on,
what it
guys?
takes. So tell me, why can't this be love? A little bit of that intro does have a little bit of that tone to it at the beginning of the intro. Then it kind of switches over to some like Sting song, then mixes in a little bit of Phil Collins. And I hope if you've been taking your Ritalin out there, people, because you need to take your damn Ritalin.
Yeah.
Take Ritalin.
Well, anyway, we haven't. He hasn't come out yet, Trump. So he's always late. But so we'll go ahead and
Have you
talk
been
about
drinking
what.
your Trump vodka? Your Trump vodka? Been drinking your Trump vodka?
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what we're expecting they're going to talk about. What do you think?
Uh, well, you and I. Well, my thing was Dan Bongino is going to quit. That actually has been.
Well, was Trump going to talk about? Trump ain't going to
No,
talk
yeah,
about
no, he's not. Dan Bongino did a great job, by the way. It is going to be the Venezuela war that he is going to announce. We are going to go to war with Venezuela. Yep.
that.
And
Well,
there's
that's what Tucker Carlson came out and said. Got a video
well,
about that.
so has and I've been listening to Infowars, and that's kind of the prediction that Harrison Smith was talking about, and that seems pretty. He'll talk a little bit about something to try to get the Republican base back fired up too, as well. I don't know exactly how it's going to be, but it'll be probably something to do with the election manipulation, stuff like that. He'll probably talk a little bit about that. I have a prediction on that.
Is Trump going to start a war in Venezuela?
I don't know. I don't know when this program airs.
Well, Trump's out there talking. I just had to stop that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Well, they've been talking about Venezuela and the next election manipulation that they've been involved in 72 countries for 20 years. So that could be a motivation.
5 decades. In St. Paul, 1,000 or participate as culprits in the moving and smuggling of human life.
Affordable for millions and
address.
Okay, there you go.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world, but they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war, they caused mayhem, they caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states, where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs. And that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see, the numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
You're muted.
Yeah. Okay. I was expecting.
And God bless you, Mr. President.
But that's it, huh?
Yeah, that was it.
No, we all thought it was going to be something pretty like related to wars. I said he'll say something to invigorate the Republican base. So I did nail it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you were close. Your wife asked the question, what about locking mortgage rates? Mine is actually locked. I mean, I think you can actually do that when you do the negotiations for a mortgage. In the state of Texas, you can actually get a mortgage locked for people at a certain age. You don't have to have the bank. The state will do it itself, which is interesting. But my dad got that done.
Yeah, ours is a locked-in mortgage rate, which it seems to be a safer bet because interest rates can go all over the place.
Yeah, mine's still at it was before COVID. So
yeah,
I got a pretty good mortgage rate.
Ours is what 6.3%. Sweetheart, is that what is that?
You might not want to tell people.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, so, yeah, we're gonna get him and his low interest rate. That son of a damn.
No, well, 6 ain't that great. It's not bad. It's not great.
Question is, our mortgage rate got locked before Trump was in office.
Yeah.
He said he was going to lower mortgage interest rate.
Uh-huh.
How can it lower if you're already in a locked-in rate?
It's
when interest rate was high?
For people that get home.
So everybody else who gets a home now gets lower interest rate.
Not unless you refinance.
And then, but then if you refinance, that's a worse mistake because then you have to owe more on your house.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You hear
anyway.
about the taxes. I hear the military and I hear all this. But what about the taxes?
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah, that was my wife chiming in, and by the way, she was topless.
Okay. Anyway, so what did you like about the speech? What did you not like about the speech?
Let's see here. I like the fact that it sounds good. Yeah, and maybe we're the first year into this, and so maybe with optimism, hopefully something will happen to if something turns around really fast. If some of the stuff he talks about starts to become real relevant, where you can really see gas is down. I do notice that gas prices are down.
Yeah. Here's okay. What part did you think was not true?
Gaslight.
What part? Well, yeah, gaslight. And what part did you think was
well,
true?
the prices haven't came down significantly. They may have leveled off, but they haven't started to come down for food and energy. Energy and food is still, up there. And
except for gas.
He says that except for gas. Yes, and that's a start. That's something that we should all talk about because that was the left's Biden's gas is not that bad. It's really high. Biden's gas was terrible, even and the prices are high too. But he talks about building these power plants and then energy prices will go down. But the thing is most of this power plant stuff is going to be geared towards firing up more AI, which means that there won't be an abundance of energy. It'll just be, we'll equalize of what we're taking in, which means the price of energy might not come down as much as he says. We can only hope. We'll only see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with you. I agree with your wife too. I'll see if this comes true. Here's the thing. a lot of this stuff we're still waiting on for next year because that's when the big beautiful bill starts coming in to fruition because of the tax cuts, and also when it comes to no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So we'll see what happens with that. See if more money gets in the pockets of Americans. But I agree with you. I don't see energy going down anytime soon because of AI and cryptocurrency, especially the way the Trumps and the administration's really pushing it.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm kind of curious if that's why we're actually messing with Venezuela in the first place. You know, I don't know, but because
Well,
you know, they have a lot of oil.
They do have a lot of oil, but there's also, and I think the reason I think Venezuela has been screwing with elections in a lot of places.
Yeah, that's one of the things also. But
see, the thing is like, but why? Let me ask you this, and I'll answer my own question. Why isn't Trump saying that? Now, I'll tell you why. Because the Mockingbird media and the election. So Democrats call us election deniers. I call them an election manipulation deniers because it's really happening. That is a thing that's happening. They're using the machines that are connected to the internet to do this, and they're also the Chinese nationalists injected a bunch of printed out ballots and all this stuff allegedly, and that's a real thing. And Trump can't just say part of the reason why I really want to get to a regime change or something to happen in Venezuela is yes, we've got this going on, but they are screwing with elections, not only the United States but other countries as well, allegedly, and you just can't say that.
Well, no, the reason he can't say that is because it's not good optics. You're not going to get people
exactly, yeah. So, but that's
but
true.
The thing
is true. Allegedly,
yeah, it's true. When it comes to the drug issue, also supposedly them funding terror, they're going with that too, with helping people that are from Hamas and Hezbollah to train off an island in Venezuela, so on and so forth, and also the oil and the minerals that are there that could be used for AI, robots, all sorts of other stuff. Yes. That stuff right there is also they're interested in as well. And getting a new regime in there can make it more available to us. Now, some people believe this has to do with China and Russia, and I don't know if that's the case. I know, first thing, Venezuela is part of BRICS. So this also has, you're going to have to deal with BRICS if you do this. You know, they've already went after $1 anyway. And their plan is to actually completely destroy the dollar. So you have to ask yourself, is this going to be worth doing in the long run if they destroy the dollar? But how's that help the United States and American people? It really doesn't. So it really depends on how what our communications are with BRIC and with China and Russia.
Petrodollar.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's use
petrodollar. You're going to use this petrodollar. We're gonna put a bunch of people on the island and it's gonna flip over.
That's also another reason you're having a ton of inflation as well. People don't talk about that. First thing, we overprint money, but also the other problem is other countries are not using a dollar for trade anymore. It's like used 42% of the time now instead of, I mean, if you look back in the 80s, it was over 90%.
Yeah.
So it's cut down by almost 50% since then. That's going to cause inflation as well. You know, people don't talk about that part. And I think people trying to say the reason we need to do that is because Russia and China, I think they're completely off base by that. I don't think that's
they're trying to claim the Belt and Road Project is something.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If it had to do with China, really, you would deal with China and the United States in the first place. Them having owning property in the United States, especially close to military bases, I'll deal with that first. You know, it feels me, you know, and then you would deal with Venezuela and so on and so forth. But
do you recall? Did you see what Fetterman? It's so weird. Fetterman has
Fetterman, he's gotten the same. I think if you all right, you see his reaction. Then you see AOC's reaction. They got the same stuff as each other did, and his reaction's way different than hers. Her reaction's like, We're doing this
Yeah,
for no reason. We're going in there for no reason. We're going to do something to them for no reason. And Fetterman got something different. Now, the difference between the two is what?
Male and female.
No,
And their
no.
emotional reaction.
No. One is a Zionist, one is not. I think they actually reported to all these factions and told them that not only is Venezuela producing drugs, sending to the
Oh
United
yeah,
States,
the whole.
but also they're helping terrorists,
Mhm.
allowing them to train on islands off the coast of Venezuela, such as Hamas
Yeah.
and Hezbollah. And as soon as they hear Hamas and Hezbollah, they're like, their Jewish little signals start going off, and they're like, "This okay."
No, little square thing that they have on their head.
Yeah.
that's got a-
Well,
looks like the
anyway,
antenna.
they're like this. Okay, we gotta stop them. That's how they get them in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think if it wasn't for that, I think a lot of them would be skeptical of it too.
That's a good take on that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my take.
I was going to say that about Fetterman, and then I got to thinking about how many already. So, wow, the Fettermans have changed over the time.
He hasn't changed when it comes to Israel.
No, I'm just saying, but like, man, do you recall like how many different Fettermans that we saw along the way?
I don't buy in that shit. It's the same person. So I'm just telling you, I don't buy into that.
That one guy looked there was something different. I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of like how many Bidens were there in office? Yeah.
How many were there in office?
One.
They
One.
they threw a 7-foot tall Biden out there one time.
No, he didn't, dude. It's because the camera was angled this way. He was up higher than everybody else because he was on a step. I mean, dude, there's logical reasons why that looked the way it did. You
What
know,
about the earlobes?
Well, first thing, with the picture you're talking about is from when he was a senator, actually vice president, and from when he was president. You know why his earlobes are different? It's because he had his facelift. So they bring it up to the earlobe, and that's a good place for them to sew at to hide the scar.
I think that they need to work in having facelifts in that bill where they save children from having their junk manipulated. They should say, because facelifts be making people look crazy when they get them done sometimes.
Well, it depends on what kind of work you're getting. I'm against that kind of work, but if people want to do it and they want to spend their money, hey, whatever. Who am I to tell you?
What about inflation of the chest? Is that that's the only kind of inflation I like?
Well, there's inflation of the ass too. Look,
that's weird.
Look,
it smells bad.
If they are grown and they want to do that, I don't care. That's up to them. They ain't up to me. I don't give a damn. Do what you want.
Yeah. If you're grown and want to do that to your hoo hop, just do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to Bridget McCrone that thing, you just have at it.
Well, Bob, what Candace Owens says, it's still there.
That looks like it is, by the way. If you look at some of the bikini pictures, there's definitely a
dude. I don't want
trailer hits on that bumper.
I'll tell you, I watched her interview today on Piers Morgan, and I was like, why does Piers Morgan keep on getting these people on there that absolutely destroys them?
So wait a minute. So who was on there?
Candace Owens. Yeah, she went on there. She went on there to talk about the meeting she had with Eric Kirk, and that was interesting. But the interesting part is they're getting to a conversation about Bridget McCrone. They actually have a bet on Bridget McCrone anyway, like $350,000.
We have a $50 bet with Jasmine Crockett.
Oh well, the thing is, it doesn't count, and I'll tell you why. We're betting when it comes to when she was running against Ted Cruz. She's not running against Ted Cruz. So we got to actually change that bet.
Well, I thought you $50 she'd be senator.
She's not gonna be a senator.
Or whatever, governor or whatever. She's gonna be whatever she's doing, she's gonna win.
running for senator. She's not gonna be a senator. Even Democrats are like, "What are you doing, stupid?"
Well, the only way I'm gonna lose that bet is if Trump is able to fix molecular
Look,
inflations.
I could put look. There's only. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's only one way you're going to win that bet. That's if he invades Venezuela and he goes to shit. That's the only way you're going to lose. You're going to.
I don't. Like I said before, I don't want to win this $50.
Well, I'm just telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Look, when it comes to who's running for that seat in the Republican Party, it's either going to be the senator that's in there now. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Ken Paxton. No,
I know.
Stop making up names. It's Ken Paxton and Jim Corman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Paxton, if he runs against her, she actually has a chance of winning. Okay, you understand Texas politics. She got a chance.
In my eyes, I think he would win, but I don't understand Texas politics.
No, look, it's.
I know. You explained all this. Yeah, I'm just telling you what because other people probably would think like I would.
Well, people outside of Texas don't know the stuff I know. Because
exactly.
I got family who live in Texas. I also know the history of Paxton in Texas. He's not real liked in places in Texas. Now, you got Cornyn, who is very well liked. But the thing is, he's a rhino. But he's popular enough with independents and some Democrats and Republicans for them to vote, especially people that are not far left like Jasmine Crockett. That's one of the reasons they would vote for him. Ken Paxton actually pushes those people towards Jasmine Crockett because he's too far right for them. He's too MAGA. So that's why I'm saying she actually has a chance there if it's Ken Paxton. That's my.
I don't want to win this $50.
Well, you're not going to win it. When was the last time a Democrat won a federal election in the state of Texas? Or statewide election? Statewide election.
Is it the same amount of time that Democrat won that seat for that mayor of Florida?
It was the last. Oh, you're talking about 30 years? Yes, it's 94. It was 1994, the last one. But you know what? I'm sorry, but Miami. You're comparing Texas to Miami. Come on. Miami. First thing. When was the last time a Democrat won a statewide election in Florida?
I don't know.
Barack Obama. 2012. He won Florida.
Damn.
Yeah. So my point is Florida's just not gotten into conservatism and is stayed in the Republican notch. Texas has been there since the 90s. Okay. And it's hard to flip, even though people think Texas, some parts of Texas are liberal, which is true. You got Austin, which is pretty much the
keep Austin weird.
Well, I'd say it's the clone of San Francisco. That's what it is. And then you got Houston and Dallas. But
it was just like San Francisco with a cowboy hat.
Yeah. But I'm just telling you, Jasmine Crockett is not going to be that senator. It's not going to be senator from Texas.
Okay.
No.
That's fine. I'll sell you the $50 if I lose. I
know.
I'm good for it.
I know. All right, guys, what y'all think? If you could hit that like button, that really helps out. Appreciate it. But what other topic? Dan Bongino.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was talking about that earlier. I was like, he's going to resign, and you're like, did he announce it? He hadn't yet. But he did recently.
Yeah,
just now did. It's because a lot of it's because of I think, in my opinion, that the Epstein files is one thing, but the this dude that they're going to say is the one who put these pipe bombs out, I think that sent him over the edge of like, I can't lie anymore. I want out.
Well, he's saying the reason he's retiring or leaving FBI is because he's away from his wife too much. If he's in DC, he's away from his wife, and he
Well,
wants to go back
I was just fly around on a private jet like Cash Patel does.
because he don't have a
Or
private. He's not. He's not the director of the FBI. They don't have a private jet.
he should just get him a country music girlfriend and sue like the
All right,
independent content creator.
all right. We're not going to get involved in that part. Dan supposedly him and his wife are, she's having issues because first thing, all of his kids are out of the house. That's empty nest syndrome. That's a big deal for women. And she misses her husband being gone all the time. And so, it's putting a strain on their relationship. And so that is what people are saying. Now, I tend to agree with you. I think it more has to do with some of the mess ups that happen in the FBI. And the fact is, the Trump administration needs a scapegoat. And Dan Bongino might also have this issues with his wife. And, you got two things going on. You can actually use him as a scapegoat of why this is happening. And then he leaves too and goes off on the set. But the problem is, as soon as he gets off to the set, he's gonna go back on his podcast, and probably yell out what exactly was going on in the Trump White House before he left, or Trump.
That'd be the only way. That'd be the only way he could get his ratings back.
Yeah, maybe. I think most people would go and watch him just to hear what he has to say about it. Be curious about it. I would be.
Rabbi Shmuley could help Bongino's marriage.
He's not Jewish.
Doesn't matter. He sells those Rabbi Shmuley fun toys for adults. And say, honey, I'm gone. Here's you a special Rabbi Shmuley happy fun tool.
That doesn't help with communications and him actually physically being there. Not all women have that on their mind, buddy. That if it was a guy, it'd be different.
Rabbi Shmuley flashlight. Yeah.
Oh no. Well, that's a guy thing, man. If that's what you thought about, what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying if it's
flashlight
looks like a flashlight, smells like a flashlight.
I know. Yeah, that's for guys.
Yeah.
I don't know why his wife would be interested in that.
No, I didn't. No, she would have the. She'd have the like.
Dude,
how you have two ends of a drop.
I know what you're saying. I'm making you explain.
No, if you're a Bridget Macron, you could probably use that. I bet you Michelle Obama's really glad Bridget Macron came to the table.
Well, Candace Owens wasn't going there with her because most people know that's a gaslighting thing and a meme more than anything else.
It's just a meme. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun. Yeah, but Michelle Obama, that's gonna be the next meme. Michelle Obama's like, good. Like what Obama will be like over her shoulder, like in that one meme where it's the computer where it says, no matter what happens, they keep going to Michelle Obama has a thing. She'll be like, well, what's going on? I'm glad Bridget Macron taking and it's like,
What do you think about the whole commotion with Rob Reiner and what Trump wrote about him?
Do you really want my honest opinion?
Honest opinion.
I am not. I'm not gonna like glorify something happening to Rob Reiner. Okay, so that's not what I'm gonna do here. However, like if I had somebody that was constantly running their mouth about me and saying all kind of crazy stuff for one thing, just because they're just a-holes and something happened to them, I kind of give them a Nelson ha. I can't lie. I kind of be like, yeah, sorry you're gone, but I mean, I'm not wishing nothing bad on anybody. Please don't sit there and think that, that's why I haven't really done any videos on it, because my opinion is probably not the nicest of all, but all I can say is if I put myself in Trump's shoes and you've got some blowhard that, the difference between Charlie Kirk and Rob Reiner is Charlie Kirk was a good soul and had a good intention, and he would.
Well, here's the thing. I disagree with you. And I know you would. I'll tell you why. Rob Reiner had the right to say what he wanted. Just like Tucker.
Yeah,
whoa.
I don't
Whether
disagree.
whether you agree with it or not, that does not make him a bad person. Not only that, Rob
I disagree,
Reiner
it
said
was.
really good things about Charlie Kirk. He didn't go out there and making fun of
No,
what
no, I
happened
know.
to him or
I'm
anything
not.
else.
I'm talking
I'm not
about
comparing. No, just listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. That and here's my opinion. If Trump would have been prosecuting people, if his administration been prosecuting people, been deporting people, been doing everything he promised, no one would have gave a shit. Everybody in MAGA would have ignored it and said it's just another mean tweet. Keep living your lives. But instead, after he did that, and after everything that's happened since then, him trying to keep the Epstein files from coming out, all this other shit, people are like, "Well, one last thing that didn't help him politically, and does something stupid." That's what most of them are looking at.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying, not arguing with you on those points. I'm just saying if I put regardless, if I was in the Trump shoes and this blowhard is just running his mouth, then I'd be like,
Well, here's my other argument. You know who else talked about him a lot? And he didn't do that too?
Lindsey Graham.
No. Listen to what I'm telling you. And the person's dead anyway. The person I'm talking about who talked shit about him a lot and died, and Trump didn't do the same thing. And that was the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh,
When
yeah,
he found out, he was shocked, and he went out there and said nice things about her.
So
You know, and the thing is,
I got your point. In other words, Trump thought this would be a good,
he thought it was red meat for the bubbas,
yeah,
and
I
it blew
got
up in
you.
his face. And this is
Yeah,
what I said.
yeah.
This is what I said about it. I decided to make a tweet, and I was like, it was towards our friend on Twitter. His name is Papa Bear, right?
Mm-hmm. American
And,
Papa Bear, yeah.
And Papa Bear didn't understand why Trump would do this, and he had the statement that said, "I 100% agree. He destroyed any high ground conservatives had after Charlie Kirk's murder. We are supposed to be better than that." And then I said, Rob Reiner had the last laugh against MAGA and Trump, showing an extension us. Okay, sorry. Rob Reiner got the last laugh against MAGA and Trump by exposing him and extension us as well as hypocrites. It's true. In a nutshell, that's true. And, some people were trying to go out there and actually try to defend him over it. And I was like, you're better off just shutting up. Just let it go and not saying a word about it. That was my attitude about it.
Well, I just look at it like it's probably not. It's I'm probably gonna go to hell. I mean, I don't want nothing to. I don't wish death on anybody. I don't think that I'm not. Not excited he's gone. All I'm saying is like he was just so mouthy,
dude.
And
first thing, he's just like Trump, a New York Jew. Trump's not Jewish, but this guy's from New York. He's Jewish. Of course, he's mouthy, and Trump's from New York. He's mouthy too. I mean, I mean, come on. Another thing about Rob Reiner, he made some of the greatest movies ever made.
He did. Yes, Yes, he did. He made great. He was a great director. Even though that show, All in the Family, was geared towards grooming society for like modernized families and stuff like this, and there was a wholesome factor to it, but a lot of it was just trying to modernize things and go towards a liberal state of mind. It was a good show. So was Spinal Tap. I think he was able to finish and complete Spinal Tap 2, which will be coming out at some point in time. The second Spinal Tap movie. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
I think that got finished up right at the last little bit.
It's been done. They're actually finishing up the touches on producing part of it.
Yeah, so
he's already directed it. They already got the actors done.
Yeah, So yeah, I actually will probably want to go see that
Well,
just to see some of the
hey,
older actors.
you're forgetting some movies. Harry Met Sally, great movie.
Yeah, Harry Met. Yeah,
Also, A Few Good Men, great movie.
yeah. I didn't see any of those. So
You gotta go see him. You gotta go see him. Another one, My Girl, great movie too.
I saw that. Yeah, that was with Macaulay Culkin and that one chick.
yeah. Yeah. Well, but anyway, he made some great movies, and I was just like this. I was like, I understand him and Trump didn't like each other. I get it. And I was like this. If I was Trump, I just want to say the damn thing.
Yeah,
You know
probably.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I don't disagree with you. It was not a good look. I'm not going to say it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, like I said, if he would have said that, and let's say we were getting prosecutions, we're getting all the stuff he promised during his campaign, I wouldn't have gave a damn about that thing at all. Wouldn't even pay attention.
Dude, we've got that's something that's really got to happen.
Yeah, yes.
That's
I'll tell you right now, if that doesn't happen, he loses the midterm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he needs to like immediately he needs
It's
to
either
he
that,
needs to get,
it's either that or the economy recovers. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
if both happen, like the thing about it is, like we would even settle if we could see some Antifa arrests, some real ones. We don't even see that. Like he's designated them as a terrorist organization, international, because we know it's happening around the world. This is an organized group of people. They are openly having meetings and all kind of stuff that intelligence knows all about. And that thing with the FBI that just happened where they found this, what was that, Turtle Island? These are Antifa people. These are what these are. And they're not designating this as a terrorist organization. And that means that Antifa's laughing at us. They're laughing at Trump. They're laughing at us. They're saying, even though we're designated like this, we're still getting away with things, and they're doubling down. Nobody's even thinking about using that. If we just seen some high level Antifa go down, poll numbers would go up. If you can do that, if you could, let's get us a real deep state arrest, like not even a high up guy, just some dude. I mean, just something, and you will see an easy.
I'm going to tell you right now, when I saw that they weren't going to be able to go after James Comey and Letitia James, and those grand juries decided not to prosecute them again, I was like this. I was like, the Trump administration is going to give up on going after these people now, and I think that's pretty much what's happened. It seems like they've given up because you don't hear any rumors about them going after anyone else. Looks like the only person they're going to get is John Bolton. That's your red meat, guys. That's what's going to get him reelected. Is John Bolton. No one gives a shit about John.
Nobody really knows who that guy is.
People know who he is, but I don't think majority of people give a damn about that. They want to see people like Comey and Clapper and Brennan, Obama, Clinton. They want to see people like that prosecuted and pay for what they did. And the fact is, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. The Adam Schiff case seems to disappear. The Eric Swalwell case seems to have disappeared and nowhere in the news. What's going on?
Well, a lot of it's just the incompetence coming out of the Bondi. She can't do anything. She can't.
That also doesn't include the seditious six. What's going on with that?
Yeah, nothing's going to happen to those people. Best case scenario, they'll court martial Kelly, but that's not going to happen either.
No, that's not going to happen. No.
No.
They'll say freedom of speech, and he has a right to say it, even though it does affect the chain. It might affect the command chain. Might.
Well, it was strategically put together by. Yeah, it was strategically put together and scripted by high-level CIA to know exactly what to say, how they could get away with it.
Yeah, Brennan had something to do with that, definitely, especially since his protege was in that video.
Mm-hmm.
Splucking.
Oh yeah.
Splucking.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the best case scenario is we get rid of Bondi and Kash Patel, get some real people in there, and see something happen. But you know what? His poll numbers might go up if he does that. I made this joke, but if you could pay Merrick Garland enough, he would actually do something. That fool didn't give a shit. He'd go charge he'd get arrested every damn body.
Well, the thing is, he got a lot of flack too because he didn't go after Trump soon enough for them. Like
Yeah, but I mean,
you waited to 2022. What were you thinking? You should have done it the day of he left office. That's what a lot of them are saying.
I know, but the thing is like, here we are, and the MAGA base is like, Trump, you should have fucking. But if you get Merrick Garland in there, somebody's getting arrested. I don't care. He's going after somebody.
I don't think so. I think more likely he'd be investigating Trump. Anyway,
I think he would work for whoever that he was getting paid.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll tell you right now, we dodged a bullet when he didn't become a Supreme Court justice. And you know who we got to thank for that?
Oh, that was
Mitch McConnell.
Wow.
Yeah, we got.
Speaking of Turtle Island,
yes.
Yeah.
Makes you
Where's
sad.
Mitch McConnell at now? Is he still like being wheeled around in the White House?
Yeah, he's still being White House. You mean Senate? The Senate.
Whatever, same thing. Yeah, he's
No, it's not. It's
I know it's
completely
not.
different.
It's the building. Yeah, he's still being. It's got stuff going. Is he still doing that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he being in the thing with the thing? Have you drank your Trump vodka?
I'll tell you right now. I seriously doubt he's doing the voting himself. Seriously doubt.
No. He's
No,
such a,
he
it's a
ain't there.
Feinstein.
That dude ain't even there. I saw some woman trying to do an interview with him, and he fell up because he didn't know who she was, and he's like, and the security rounds like, sir, come on, and he fell, and they picked him up and walked him out of there, and I shook my head. I was like, my God, it's a nursing home. That's what this thing's turned into. The Senate is a nursing home. And the thing is, he's not even the oldest person there. The oldest person is Chuck Grassley, who's in his 90s. And I got to say, he might be
He's getting around pretty good.
He's getting around pretty good. He might be quicker than Trump. So, I'm like this, what?
Yeah. I've seen him go. That's true. I don't know. Did they direct energy weapon Mitch McConnell or something? Fried his brain?
No. It's just age. But did you know this? Chuck Grassley is in the chain of succession, right? Because it goes to the person who's been in the Senate the longest.
Yeah.
He's been in the Senate the longest. And I think it goes first is the president, vice president, then the Speaker of the House, and then I forgot what it's called, but the person who has the longest run in the Senate, that'll be Chuck Grassley. He'd be fourth. So he actually does have, I didn't know this, but if he actually has a Secret Service detail. Small one, but he has one.
Yeah.
For that very reason. Just in case y'all guys watching this didn't know that.
Whenever Bill Clinton was president, Monica Lewinsky was his Secret Service.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to have to end the show. It's a little late. We really appreciate you guys coming check us out. We're good tomorrow.
I think 7:30. I think maybe 7:30. We'll do 7:30.
Okay,
yeah,
7:30.
because I end up having to work till like 6, and then by the time I get home and put stuff together, it's 7:30 makes it where I'm not just like scrambling,
rushing. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not Putin. Rushing.
All right, 7:30 over his channel. What's the name of your channel again?
Ratchet Production Studio. All right.
Yep.
Or
you just put in William.
Sorry.
Or you could just put in William Archibald and it'll come up.
It does. Does it still do that?
Yep. Still does that. All right. We
hey,
really appreciate
wife, put in William Archibald. It'll come up.
Yeah.
All right.
We also want to thank Stephanie since she was in the video for a little bit. Appreciate you.
All right, I've got to get a recliner chair off Amazon, guys. Peace out. Big hugs. Don't forget yeah. Yeah.